welcome to the new episode of Under 5 Minutes. Today we're going to speak about intellectual property rights and international trade. We're going to explore how orthodox and heterodox perspectives provide contrasting interpretation of the role of intellectual property in shaping global economic relations, in particular the Indian pharmaceutical industry, which has proven to be controversial point of debating in recent years. But examining this perspective, we can better understand not only the theoretical debates, but also the real-world consequences for innovation, development, and trade. And I'm not going to do it alone. Today, we have lovely guests for the both perspective. And the Rucha will explain the how orthodox perspective see the international property rights. And then we jump to the Shane, who's going to explain the heterodox view for the IPRs. Please, Rucha, you can start.
Hello, I'm Rucha, and I'll be arguing from the orthodox perspective, which sees strong intellectual property rights as essential to fostering innovation. Especially in the pharmaceutical sector, innovation is extremely costly and therefore also risky. Developing a new drug can take over 10 years and billions of dollars in investment. If patents are undermined through broad compulsory licensing, firms lose the incentive to take on that risk, which is understandable. In India, in particular, this matters not only for multinational companies, but also for local firms like Dr. Reddy's and Biocoin, which are now investing in original drug discovery. Since 2005, India has aligned with global TRIPS requirements and strengthened its patent regime. This move signaled that India wanted to become more than just a manufacturer of generics, it wanted to become a hub of innovation. Restricting compulsory licensing ensures that India attracts global R&D partnerships, secures foreign investment, and supports its own firms as they climb up the value chain. Therefore, from the orthodox view, strong patent protection, even if it creates short-term costs for access, is a necessary investment. It is the foundation for long-term medical innovation, global competitiveness, and ultimately better health outcomes. I'll now pass it on to Shane.
Thanks, Rucha, and hi everyone. I'm Shane. A heterodox perspective challenges the notion that strong IPRs are always beneficial and necessary for innovation. Instead, it recognizes that innovation often arises through collective public efforts and should not be misused to the detriment of the public good, especially in critical sectors like pharmaceuticals where human lives are at stake. India's pharma industry emphasizes how flexible IP laws can promote both innovation and access. Before 2005, India's patent law recognized only process patents, not product patents on medicines. This allowed Indian pharma companies such as Kipla and Dr. Reddy's to produce affordable generic medicines without infringing patents, significantly lowering the price of essential drugs. For example, the cost of treatment for HIV plummeted from over $10,000 to under $100 per patient annually, making life-saving drugs accessible to millions in developing countries. Furthermore, recent investigations have revealed quality control concerns in certain parts of India's pharma manufacturing, highlighting the need for quality and ethical standards to accompany innovation and access policies. At the international level, the TRIPS agreement mandates 20-year product patents for pharmas, but also contains essential exceptions. Under Article 31, countries may issue compulsory licenses to facilitate the production of generic drugs in cases of emergencies. However, there are increasing pressures for MNCs and TRIPS Plus provisions in bilateral trade agreements that seek to extend patent protections beyond TRIPS standards. In conclusion, I stand by my point that IPRs should not be wielded as tools that restrict life-saving knowledge, but rather as measured, flexible instruments designed to serve the collective welfare. Only then can we truly foster sustainable innovation grounded in justice and humanity. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Today, in conclusion, the case reveals the ongoing negotiation between orthodox imperatives of global integration and the heterodox concern for equity and access. We see that the struggle over ideas is significant as any conflict over land and research. The future of the intellectual property will determined by acknowledged domain shared galaxy of possibilities or ruled by monopolies of empires. Thank you so much for watching this episode. I hope to see you in the next one. Thank you.